Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, Dr. Wu fires back with a teeny Warpath ZOWIE. Fans Hobby shows off their Star Saber color prototype, KABLAMMO. And is the Takara MPG line getting started with some Diaclone repaints? BLAM! Today is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024, and this is episode 593 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that would certainly expect to serve jail time if we were found guilty on all 34 charges. Just saying. I'm your host, Jeremy, aka Yakko, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team of Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
That's me. I'm here.
Okay.
Let's talk Transformers.
All right. As always, before we get into the show, we want to start off by thanking our Donatreons, who are the awesome people that support our show on Patreon and PayPal. If you'd like to join them and become a Donatreon, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and you can get awesome perks like you can get access to some extra things in our Discord, which some Donatreon exclusive channels. You can watch us record the show live on Sundays, which we have a few people doing that right now. And you can get access to some extra special shows like We Like Big Bots with Daryl and Dr. Pants, where they talk about a large bot in their collections. And I have heard that there's still two on the computer waiting to be edited. I'm assuming that's still true.
It is true, yes. And I knew there was something I meant to do this weekend. Yep. And I forgot.
All that sunshine is just, making you want to be away from the computer.
No, I was off on Friday. I had worked Sunday through Wednesday, or Sunday through Thursday. And then so because of that, I took Friday off. I'm like, I can use this time to catch up on a whole bunch of stuff, and totally spaced on the We Like Big Bots editing.
Well,
yeah,
there are 12 episodes up there. Daryl will eventually remember to get the 13th and 14th ones that have been recorded, edited.
They're still here. They're still on the computer. They're in the computer.
Yeah. But one thing that you can get right now is new episodes of Empire of Rust, which is our live play RPG podcast. And episode 116, A Eucarian Tale, is now available at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. And every other week, Donatreons get a unedited with all of the flubs and everything version. So next week, a new unedited version should be available. And then just available for everybody is our Skybound #1, or Transformers #1 comic with art by E.J. Sue. This is still available on our website for $15, and people are still buying it, so we're still happy. And go to transmissionspodcast.com/comic if you would like to get one. And you can throw in, I think it's $5 more, and you can even get our IDW to All Our One #1 cover bundled with it.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, we have toyhacks.com with new code for the month of June. You can save 15% off with the code DADBOTS because, Father's Day is coming up. So
I thought it was for dad bods. I thought it's because we all had dad bods.
That too. But, you can get your favorite person with the dad bot, some Toy Hacks labels. Mm-hmm. So 15% off toyhacks.com with the code DADBOTS. And the code can be used with your Robo Points, but cannot be combined with other discounts or promotions. But can be used with the $10 gift code that we would be giving away this week, but Charles is out and we want to make sure it's run correctly and stuff. So we're going to wait for Charles to come back before we do the May drawing. All right. So I think that is all the business out of the way. So let's get into some quick hits. And we are going to start off with some sketches from Dr. Wu with the new Micromaster scale G1 Warpath that they're working on. And this will be 4.5 centimeters tall in robot mode. And I mean, if it's anything like the other figures that he's released in this line, it's going to be amazing. All of these Micromaster figures have been great. I keep the Soundwave one on my desk just to fiddle with all the time because they're just so fun. So no idea when this is going to come out. This is just first color sketches, not even like 3D model or test prints yet. So we'll definitely be reporting on it when more news does come out.
All right, and up next, we have the Fans Hobby MB26, the Saber team. This is the Armada Air Defense Minicon team that combines into the Star Saber from Armada. So this is very cool. We knew this was coming. This is something that they've shown off prototype images for, and then even before that, we had like CAD images and stuff. Looks great. It's a Minicon team from Fans Hobby, and it looks fantastic. It's kind of meant to go with that humongous Optimus Prime, their naval commander, the MB-15 naval commander. So yeah, it kind of goes with that, but yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah, not a lot really to say about it, but I don't think it's expensive either. I can't remember what the price is for this thing, but I'm pretty sure it's really quite affordable because of it being so small and all. But yeah, it's almost one of those things that you really, for me, I don't really want it because I don't have the naval commander to go with it. But if I did, I'd be all over this thing. So yeah, but it looks great, and yeah, it turns into a giant sword. So yeah, it's awesome.
It looks like it holds together really well, which was a big problem with the original Hasbro release.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that they were really cognizant of when going for that.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to do it just to replace my original one.
Oh, really? Wow.
I mean, just because I could never get it to stay together in sword mode. And each individual bot was great. I could transform into the robot. That was fine. But just I think it's the end of the sword and the middle section would never stay together.
Right.
Next up, we have some Transformers 1 first looks. This is from a website called Club Duet. And this is the Prime Changers Bumblebee and Sentinel Prime, as well as it looks like Orion Pax and Alpha Trion. I can't remember if those were already shown off. But we just have basically in the box, they look to be deluxe sized. Oh, we also have some pictures here. I forgot. So they're very simple. Still, they're not going to be your complicated ones, but they're going to be about deluxe sized in terms of height.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a look at his Bumblebee here. He has, it looks like a permanently attached little knife hand. But I think these look great for especially the younger fans. Get kids interested in it with an easily transformable figure. So looking forward to seeing the more complicated ones coming up.
Mm-hmm. All right. And next up, we're still kind of talking about figures for kids, but this one is, and this is still Transformers 1, but these are different ones. These are from Takara Tomy, and this is the Mainline Deluxe Optimus Prime and Alpha Trion, as well as it's their COG power change and their Alpha Trion and COG power change Bumblebee and Wheeljack figures. So these are they're like, I don't know, they kind of look like one-step changers. I don't see any packaging, but they're expected to be released in mid-July, and so right around the time the movie comes out. But yeah, these kind of yeah, they look pretty basic. Um, the Optimus Prime looks a little bit more complex, as well as the Alpha Trion, but there's not a lot here. There's these really do look like those one-step changers, especially that Bumblebee and Wheeljack. They look identically molded. They're just like just different colors. But yeah, kind of interesting. But there's we're going to see an awful lot of this every single time that we get a movie. We get a whole bunch of merch all across the spectrum. So expect to see a bunch of stuff that really is, as for the adult collector, you're really not going to be interested in a lot of this stuff. But
Yeah.
expect to see an awful lot of it.
Those cog power ones look like they're spring loaded, and you just press that thing and they snap from robot mode into vehicle mode.
Yeah, those look like they remind me of the RID 2015 one-step changers
Yeah.
that were like the I think I have a side swipe from that line.
All right. Next up, we do have something that might be a little more interesting to the adult collectors. We have a reproduction prohibited image of the Dramatic Capture Series Autobot 3-pack. This is by a Baidu user, and it has cartoon decos of Studio Series 86 Jazz, Teletran 1 that was with the Kingdom Arc mainframe robot, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. So this isn't an official image. But I think we had heard something about a similar 3-pack coming, and I think it's cool. I mean, it's a great choice. The mainframe robot, I didn't get the arc, but in the Teletran 1 mode, it'd be a good backdrop for some other figures as well. So I don't know. I think this is interesting. Hopefully it pans out. And, the Earthrise Optimus is a great mold. The Studio Series Jazz is good. So, I don't really see a big downside to this set.
Mm-hmm. All right. And last up, we've got the first possible images of what will be released in the new MPG line, and these appear to be the some Diaclone repaints. So we've got Black Ironhide, whatever they're going to call him. I think like they called him like Guard or something like that. There was like a number, I think it was before that. I can't remember. It was a DK2 Guard. Yeah. And these were Generation Selects figures. So Lift Ticket was the other one here, the Trailbreaker, or sorry, it is Trailbreaker mold, but they're using the Hoist, the Hoist iteration. So it's funny because we were talking about this a few episodes ago that the MPG line was going to be kind of different and that they weren't really going to do Masterpiece, but these are straight up Masterpiece repaints. They're just kind of changing the packaging. So kind of interesting, I guess. I personally am not really interested in the Diaclone repaints, but if the Masterpiece line as it is or is going to continue in this MPG brand or this MPG line, then I could give two shits. I don't care. As long as the figures look the same and they all kind of fit side by side, they all kind of work in an aesthetic, I could care less what the box says. That's why I really don't care between mainline and third party. As long as it all looks good next to each other, then I could care less.
Yeah, I was really hoping they were going to go more into, they did the Power Master Optimus Prime. Maybe they could do more Power Masters, Target Masters, give them the Masterpiece treatment. So it's
possible, still possible.
I mean, that's where I would think the interest would be. These repaints, they don't do anything for me, but they're just opening the door to third-party companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's interesting. It's nice to see that, there's still, I mean, it costs them very little to do a repaint.
Mhm.
So, it's kind of like a soft launch, I guess you could say, for the MPG line, to just kind of say, okay, we've got these figures in the chamber. Let's just release them, and we'll kind of put them in the MPG line and kind of see how it goes. But yeah, no. These are unconfirmed, I guess, possible, but we know that this is the way it's going to be. Every single time an image like this pops up, it always ends up being real. So, yeah.
I mean, they know it's going to
cool.
sell less, and they're probably going to make less, like make fewer figures.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, it's just an easy way to, like you said, soft launch the line.
Yeah. Right on.
All right. Well, I think that is all the toy news we got this week. It is starting to be that, I think until San Diego Comic-Con, it's just going to be drips and drabs of little things here and there. So let's move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions podcast will return after these messages.
All right. Trips to the store is brought to you by TeePublic. And this is where we have all of our merch and merch for some of our friends like Slabfest Northwest and TFU.info. But we have our own shirts up here too. You can get our Tape Man or I can't remember what we called Boombox Man.
Mm-hmm.
Our non-infringing versions. You can get our logo shirts, the bad guy, good guy. I have a new shirt I just got with our Armada style logo in their, they call it their active fabric. And since I'm having to be outside as my kid does soccer and other things outside, it's nice to have a shirt that just doesn't have these huge sweat marks all over it. So this has been very comfortable. I would recommend them. You can also get mugs.
What has happened to us where being outside requires active wear now?
It's not like I'm being active.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have to put on my active wear. I'm going outside.
I know. But it is what it is. We're old. So anyway, go to transmissionspodcast.com/tpublic and you can get any of our merch there. And regardless of whether you buy our stuff or something anywhere else on TeePublic, we will get a little referral credit, and we thank you for that. All right, so trips to the store this week. I was not here last week to show this off.
Neither was I.
Yeah, this isn't a toy, but I ordered it from.
Better be Transformers related.
It is definitely Transformers related.
Okay.
I ordered from Cinemark the popcorn bucket and cups, and the cups have that later G1 image with a Metroplex and Trypticon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the popcorn bucket has your original G1 box art with the 40th anniversary logo. No popcorn in it, sadly, but take this over a Dune popcorn bucket any day. So that's all I got this week, but I'm excited to have it. It'll make I don't know, those nights I forced the kid to watch the 86 movie over and over, make it more palatable. So what do you have this week?
Oh, me? I have, my comic book store is usually really, really good, and I'm never going to throw shade at them. But they missed Void Rivals #9 for me. So, and I'm not I'm not too butthurt about it, but since I was going on a work trip,
the series.
Oh, I'm loving it. I love it very much. But I was going on a work trip, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the opportunity to I'm not going to get them to reorder it and do all that stuff. But I'm going to try and find it in another store while I'm away. And I did. So I found this in a store in Albany, New York. And I don't remember the name. It was a good store. It was decent. I found a couple other books I've been looking for a long time there. And yeah, it was good. So picked up Void Rivals number 9. And just before I left, I think it was, yeah. Just before I left, I got a call saying I got to come and pick up a pre-order. And it's this bad boy.
Nice.
Yes.
What is it for the audio listeners?
Magnetron. Or Magmatron. Sorry, Magmatron. Yeah. So I haven't opened them yet. The 3-in-1 Dino combiner into a badass Decepticon, or I guess he's a Predacon. Yeah. Yeah, because he's Beast Wars universe. I would know. Yeah. So it's cool. It looks good. I do have the original. I've shown it off many times here on trips to the store. But I thought, you know what, one with some better engineering would be fun. So I picked this thing up. So yeah. So I have that now.
Awesome.
It is. It's pretty big too. So yeah, we'll keep that there for a little while until I have some more room. I am actively working on cleaning up this room right now. It's hard to tell, but I've taken some of the comic book boxes out of here. So I am working away at getting this room a little bit more tidy. So you can see right here, there are less comic boxes.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I was trying to figure out where the comic boxes have been removed.
Yeah, just right there. And there were some that were generally behind me. So now they're gone now too. So this room is actually pretty clean right now. You wouldn't be able to tell, but
I've got work to do in here. I mean, that's why my shot is you're not seeing the floor.
I would hope we don't see the floor.
I mean,
yeah. But anyway,
I have stacks of CDs and stuff around because I've been going through my unlabeled CDs to see what's on them.
But yeah, so that's it. That's all I got this week. And yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the rest of the show.
We now return to the Transmissions podcast.
And I think we're going to wrap up with a little convention news. And we just have a note from TF Nation. They are going to have a new Minicon. These are smaller one-day conventions that they do, and they have a new one in. I don't know if they pronounce this Reading. I know in Pennsylvania they pronounce that word Reading.
I believe it's just Reading.
Yeah. Okay. November 23rd, 2024, at the University of Reading's Great Hall. So it's a one-day convention. Check that out if you are in the UK and in that area. So that is all we got for convention news, and that is all we got for transmissions this week. So before we go, we need to thank our Masterpiece Donatrions, who are the people that donate at the highest level. And those are John 4X Levengood, Demon Tex 82, and Steve C. So thank all three of you for supporting us at that level. And thanks to everyone that supports us on Patreon and PayPal and our Donatrions. So Daryl, thank you for not making me do this alone this week.
It has yet to happen, but it'd be hilarious.
It would be, and it would be horrible. So anyway, I think that is it for transmissions this week. So we will see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.